Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to Cooking with Sma. My name is Sma and I am back with yet another video, and I have a treat. Now today's recipe is one of my absolute favorite recipes, and if you are an Indian food lover like I am, you are sure going to enjoy this. And so without wasting any time, let's just jump into it and run through the ingredients that we're going to need. I have about 5 chicken breasts, boneless and skinless. You can also use chicken thighs, boneless and skinless, cut into cubes, and I've already seasoned with salt and pepper. So there it is, the chicken and all the other ingredients that we're going to need. I have 2 cloves of grated garlic and about a teaspoon of ginger. I have about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and in here I have a mixture of spices. I have 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder, 4 teaspoons of garam masala, and 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. Now to this, if you want to make your curry a little spicy, you can add about half a teaspoon of chili, depending on how spicy you want it, about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of chili. And guys, I think I forgot to mention that the recipe that we're making is butter chicken. So yeah, and I have a tablespoon of sugar. In here I have a half a cup of plain yogurt. Now you want to use full fat yogurt just to bring out the creaminess of the butter chicken. And in here I have a cup of fresh cream. In here I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use butter, 2 tablespoons of butter that we will use for frying later on. And in here I have about a cup of tomato puree, not to be mistaken with tomato paste. And a full list of ingredients will be in the description box, so check that out if you want to try the recipe. So we're just going to get started with the marinade, and here's our chicken. I'm going to add the ginger and the garlic. I'm going to add our spices. To that we add the lemon juice, we add the yogurt, and these ingredients that are left, we're going to use them for the sauce later, and we're just going to mix that up. And voila, how easy was that? Now I'm just going to put this in the fridge and let it marinate for about 2 hours, at least 2 hours. If you have the time, you can let it marinate for overnight and the flavors will be popping the next day. But if you don't have enough time, you can just marinate it for 2 hours. I'm going to pop it in the fridge for about 2 hours, and we'll be back to finish up the recipe. Okay, so the chicken has been marinating for about 2.5 hours now, and I am now ready to fry. So I'm just going to move over to the stove, and then we can just finish this up quickly. I already have my stove going, and I'm just going to turn it down a bit, and the oil, just going to put the oil in here. This is olive oil. You can use vegetable oil or even butter. Okay, it should be hot enough. I'm just going to drop the chicken in there. are done frying the chicken, and I've switched to a clean pot. I just didn't want to use the pot that I previously used to fry because it was a little charred at the bottom. So I'm just going to start over with a fresh pot, and I'm going to put the chicken back in the pot. And I'm now going to add the remaining ingredients to make the sauce. And I have that 1 cup of tomato puree, and in with the cream, and lastly the sugar, just to diffuse the tanginess of the tomato puree. I'm just going to mix it up a bit. I've already seasoned my chicken, so I'm not going to add any more salt. If you did not season your chicken at the beginning, then you can add salt at this point. So I'm just going to let this simmer, simmer for about 20 minutes, and once the 20 minutes is up, it will be ready to be served. The 20 minutes is up and the curry has been simmering, and it's now time to take it off the heat. Just move this. Okay, so guys, a few tips just to bear in mind when you're preparing this, especially when you're frying the chicken. You want to make sure that you don't shake off the marinade of the chicken when you start frying it, and also don't scrape the remainder of the marinade from the bowl into the pot. And also just keep in mind that because of the marinade, the nature of the marinade, the chicken will not brown, so don't expect it to be brown. It's going to keep that light color because of the marinade, the yogurt and the cream, the yogurt that is in the marinade. Today I'm serving this butter chicken with basmati rice. You can use whatever kind of rice you have. Any, I think white rice or even brown rice would do, and you can also serve it with flatbread, naan bread, whatever tickles your fancy. So I'm just going to start dishing this up. The smell is amazing, guys. The spices and the cream, the kitchen just smells so good. Okay, and to that, just for garnish, I have a few sprigs of coriander. Just gonna put a few there. Okay, so this is the final product, and I hope you try this out. I promise you everybody will be singing your praises. And yeah, try it out, let me know how it goes, and until the next time, I'm out.